Yeah, what's up? Talk to me nice. The podcast is your host, Ferrari Fresh. Thank you for joining us. We have a dope episode today. We're going to be talking about regular schmegular shit. You did. It's Talk Nice Podcast. Like I said, it's your host, Ferrari Fresh. Every episode goes to iHeartRadio, Tidal, digital, all the digital platforms. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on YouTube when you have a moment. It's Talk Nice Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Now, today's episode is really going to be about how to deal with situations. What to do when you're in a situation. Most times we find ourselves going through real life situations. Even if it's minor, minute, it doesn't matter. A situation could be playing on your brain, no matter how small, how big of the situation. Sometimes it tends to play on our brain. When we have a problem is a problem. So the best way to deal with that is to get a peace of mind, because things get foggy. You want to clear out your mind. Sometimes it's okay to sit at home with the radio off, with the television off, turn the phone off, just sit still, meditate, and recuperate. Because like I said, things get foggy at times. Through my years of experience, because I find myself living off experience. I'm paying attention in life. That saying, it's either a lesson or a blessing. That's true. Either a lesson or a blessing. If it's not a lesson or a blessing, then you just might be a fool freestyling in life. But when you live off experience, you're paying attention to the things that's going on and how you deal with it, the outcome, and that determines whether you're a fool or not. If you do things one way and it's not working, you want to try another way, maybe it'll work. Even if it don't work, it's okay to make new mistakes. Let me repeat that again. It's okay to make new mistakes. See, when you make the same mistakes over and over, you're considered a fool. But when you're out here making new mistakes, that's pretty okay. Because remember the saying, trial and error. You have to go through some things sometimes to find out what's going to work and what's not going to work. Trial and error. So again, it's okay to make new mistakes. Don't ever think that it's not okay to make new mistakes, because it's okay to make new mistakes. Now, to get a little more in depth, what I'm trying to say to you is, so when you have an issue, when you have a problem, no matter how big or small, we normally tend to dwell on a problem. Man, I'm backed up in rent. I don't know how I'm going to get this money. I'm out of work. I don't know what I'm going to do to get this rent money. Or it could be a situation like, man, I really like this person. This person ain't been acting right lately. And you're feeling heartbroken, or you may be feeling down and you're just dwelling on the problem. We often find ourselves dwelling on problems. But I say to you this, the best thing to do is to dwell on your solution. You have a problem. It doesn't make sense to dwell on your problems. Dwelling on your problems only leave you stuck. Have you in a slumps. Pretty much stuck. Pardon me for a second. I know I'm making some noise. I'm over here moving around some things. We often find ourselves stuck when we have a problem because we dwell in too much. Not even when we have a problem. When we dwell too much, we find ourselves stuck. So like I was saying, the best thing to do is dwell on your solution. How am I going to change this? How am I going to make this better? And that's how you come out of any situation. That's how you overcome anything you undergo. By dwelling on your solution more than your problems. I hope this message burn on your brain. I hope I can reach some people. I don't have many subscribers. I hope people stumble on this. And I hope the people that need this the most stumble on this episode today. I've been through a lot in life. I grew up young and angry, just going through a lot of problems, going through the same problems, finding myself in the same situations. And now that I look back, I would consider myself a fool, knowing the outcome, still doing the same things, the same ways, getting the same outcomes. I would like to call that a fool. But as you get older and you pay attention to life and you listen to the older people and you're taking heed and you're really alert on what's going on around you, You gain this sense of wisdom. You learn how to manifest and understand that a lot of things that's going on is simply by the words we're merely uttering. We have to be mindful of what we're saying and what we're doing and how we're doing what the things that we are doing. We have to be mindful of that. You know, all of that plays a part. It's ingredients and elements. You know, the best thing you can do is be mindful of how you do what you're doing, and time and place is certainly important. Time and place is everything. You have to know the right times to do certain things in the right place. Now, if you walk out into the street at the wrong time, guess what? You're going to get hit by a car. So something as small as that is time and place. I like to break things down like baby food, so bear with me. I don't want to sound like I'm rambling. After all, this is a podcast, and it was a very informative podcast. It's Talk Nice. The reason why we call it Talk Nice, we say Talk Nice is the podcast to talk about, so talk nice and don't talk to me twice. We talk because we living off experience, and we want to give these Jews, and we want to give this balance and this sense of structure to anybody, to the kids, to the adults, because some adults haven't grasped the concept of life. At the age of 50, 60, 40, 30, they still haven't grasped the concept of life. They're running around freestyling just like the young kids. You know, I've seen some adults worse than the kids. So with this podcast, we want to kind of reach the people and touch the people, and maybe we can shift the way we think. Like I stated a little while ago, I hope this podcast, this episode, reach somebody who's really in need and not really knowing what to do at this present moment. It's going through some hardship or going through some things, and they just don't really know what to do or how to do what they trying to do. What's the next steps? Well, I'm going to say to you this. The first step should be dwelling on your solution. That's the very first step. Okay, you understand you have a problem. We know I have a problem. You know you have a problem. What are you going to do to change that problem? So instead of sitting back, dwelling on the problem, being angry, and using so much of your energy and your brain up on the problem, dwell on your solution. Come up with a plan, even if you got to write it down. Come up with a solution and figure out what it is you're going to do. Okay, all right, so I'm backed up in rent. I don't know where I'm going to get this money from. Let me think. We all know, you can work. There's a lot of things. I don't have the answer for you to how you're going to get the rent money up. But I tell you this. This is the answer right here, the foundation. This is the solid answer here is to dwell on your solution. Sit back, think of your solution. Forget about the problem. You know you have a problem. Forget about that. Dwell on your solution. And I guarantee you can overcome. Even if it takes time, you may not overcome in the time frame that you would like to, but you will overcome, because when you put that energy into the universe and you understand conscious and subconscious, and you understand the job of your subconscious, and you understand the job of your conscience, and that's a whole nother portal, that's a whole nother level. The whole universe works for you once you know how to put those energies out. You ever heard the saying, yo, this motherfucker draining my energy. Yo, this fucking lady draining my energy. People will drain your energy. People will suck the life out of you. Problems will suck the life out of you and drain your energy. So the best thing you can do is dwell on your solution. And I'm going to give you a little food for thought as to how I dealt with problems. I use my sense of humor a little more. I laugh a little more. I love a little more. Those are the key ingredients that a lot of people in the world are missing. Love is genuinely the key, and they don't want us to know that. This is why the movies is the way they are. This is why the music is the way it is. It's all by design. They want your frequencies to be low. They don't want you to know that the answer to mostly everything is love. People come to you in the street hungry. Hey, you got $2? People would rather judge you. I ain't giving that motherfucker my money so he could go buy crack. That's just the excuse not to help. See, people make excuses not to help. People make excuses not to better themselves, not to better their situations. When all you have to do is just extend and love a little more. You understand what I'm saying? This is no cap in my rap. I'm not just on here chatting. I'm not on here freestyling. I'm talking from experience, from life experiences. You know, the basics instructions before leaving Earth is the acronym for the Bible. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Now, I say that to say this, not to get all biblical with you, not to minister you or preach to you or nothing, but the Bible tells you how to live. Although the Bible may have been tampered with, there are some things in there that'll give you the navigation and the tools you need for life. You should probably pick up your Bible or tap into your inner God, because we all have a little God in us. If we was made from the image, we all have God in us. Learn how to use your powers and stop moving on low frequencies and being on demon time and always being evil and always making these excuses not to help, making these excuses not to love, because people done did you dirty. Nobody wants to love. No one wants to figure out how to dwell on their solutions more than their problems. No one wants to help. Everyone wants to judge. People like to prejudge, and the world is in shambles. So the message to you guys is to just dwell on your solution more than your problems. Love a little more, help a little more, and think. Keep thinking, keep the wheels turning. I hope you all have a blessed night, blessed weekend, a safe weekend. And that's it for the show. I'm not going to stay on here long. I'm still tweaking some things, and my microphone is tweaking. But I just wanted to still get in here and give you this food for thought. Wanted to get on here and give you some advice, some experience, and a little bit of love. It's Talk Nice Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Ferrari Fresh. You check us out on any digital platform. We there. Check us out on our YouTube at Talk Nice Podcast. And please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It would be gladly appreciated. You guys have a blessed one. Talk nice.